You've come to SeattleWhoGivesAFuck.com. We're the show here. This is my buddy Glenn.
Yeah, boy.
Yep. We're here to talk about what we give a fucks about and what's important to give fucks about.
Which is nothing.
Nothing at all, ever. And if you disagree,
Ever.
call the hotline.
We have a number set up so you can reach us and give us the what for,
And the
thumbs
why
up,
because.
thumbs down, comments, concerns. We might not care, but we still want you to do it.
206-606-9121. Hit us up on the hotline anytime, day or night. We're proud and happy to take your calls.
Or if you're lonely and just need to hear a couple of hot, manly men's voices, you can just call and hang up on us too.
Yep. We are here to listen to you.
I'm all ears.
On today's show, we've got opinions, you've got time. Let's get together and see what happens.
You know, there's an off chance we find a few of you out there. It's like we're on the good ship Lollipop here and we're sending out the signal. Maybe you're going to hear the signal and decide to respond to the signal, and which would be great. Really, we're doing this for y'all. There is no, personal gain for me. I really get no benefit. In fact, it's time-consuming and somewhat of a backbreaker sometimes. But I'm willing for you. So do us a favor and tell us what you think. If I should get bent or if I should stay straight or whatever. We want to hear from you. Please. So call the number.
206-606-9121. Seattle, who gives a fuck? We're here to listen to you.
Because believe it or not, I might not give a fuck, but I do give a fuck. So give us a call.
So, what's on our inaugural episode? What should we give a fuck about first? Or not give a fuck about, that we should still mention?
I think something that we should definitely, while we're on the visual side of the component of the structure that we have established. Are you a Star Wars guy?
I am a Star Wars guy. Yep.
Okay, so Star Wars or Star Trek?
I prefer Star Trek to Star Wars, mainly because war's not great. War is hell.
Okay. So this is going to be our first, one of those things because although I'm not a Star Trek hater, I'm a Star Wars lover. Like my whole life revolved around George Lucas's movies, the first three. And we knew even when I was growing up, when I was young, right? Like it was going to be, there were prequels coming at some point.
Yeah.
So for my whole life, the buzz, the gossip was always about the prequels. And then the prequels came out, and I will, this may be a hot take, it might be lukewarm, it might be ice cold, I don't know, that's just how I feel. If anybody agrees, please let me know, validate my existence in the comments below.
What about the post-Star Wars
I haven't
episode?
finished, hold on. The prequels were a Disney merch ploy.
Shameless cash grab.
Initially, I liked the idea of discussing pre-Palpatine's, coming, how did Palpatine end up in the Senate and stuff, and they barely touched on it, or maybe they touched on it more than I realized because I really tuned out.
Did you vote for Senator Palpatine?
Absolutely not. In fact, I knew it was a ruse, and I knew he was working for the Empire.
The whole time.
I really felt like. Now, let's erase the fact that the first three, episode 3, 4, and 5 occurred. The first one was
70 years ago?
When I was born. Okay, so literally my whole life revolved around these movies. And I didn't read a lot of the books and the subplots and the side stories and shit, like Tales from Jabba's Palace or anything like that. I'm just talking about the movies, right? We were always told the prequels came out, and when they did, to me, they flopped. Visually, they were great. I think the CGI of the time was pretty, dope and everything. But, as far as the story went, okay, I guess we got to learn about how he became Vader.
Yeah.
Which is an important part of the story. But I think they focused too much on the lovey-dovey. Misa Jar Jar Binks, fucking Disney-ass 3-year-old BS.
Every villain has a backstory.
Yeah, but every villain doesn't need comic relief like that. And it just showed me, how catered to the... Well, it should have been, maybe. I I feel like I don't think Lucas intended it to be a children's story at all. Maybe young adultish. I don't know. Maybe that's one of the things I would ask him if given the chance. But all in all, I was thumbs down on the prequels, and I wish that they would have done a little better job. The they didn't really talk about Luke or Leia or anything, or obviously Anakin was just a small boy, which that's great and everything. But would he really be a pod racer? That seemed
Of course he would.
I don't think so.
It was the go-kart of the era.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Everybody's got hobbies, right?
I think that Jedi Jar Jar should have had his own spin-off, though.
I think Jar Jar should go back to where he came from and teach his people how to be strong warriors, even though he's a fluke, even though he was comic relief. I wanted to like Jar Jar, but ultimately I'd rather cut his ears off and use him for a scarf.
Jar Jar's awesome.
He's not the worst. He's not a Jawa. He doesn't go and try to poke me in the shin. At least he's not Sam people with the taser cattle prod thing. I'll give him that. But to the Sarlacc pit with him, as far as I'm concerned, I could have went without that portion of the whole prequels and shit.
Does anyone else like me wonder if Chewbacca got a haircut, what he would look like?
He would look like one of those hairless cats. Except for he's not a cat. He's like more of a bear.
Maybe he'd look like a poodle.
Maybe, when they're shaved down and they leave the little round mound of sound for hair up front.
Poodles in space.
If you give them a perm his hair out.
Yeah.
Put some relaxer maybe. I don't know. Use some ethnic hair products on him.
Right.
Get rid of that shagginess and comb it out and shit. She probably looks like Cher underneath. It's Cher. Chewbacca actually is Cher.
Have we seen a blonde Wookiee? Inquiring Crispies want to know.
No, that's brown as the day is long.
Or like a ginger Chewbacca. Are there orangutan Chewbaccas?
Those are fucking Ewoks, bro.
No, Ewoks are tiny Chewbaccas.
Yeah, they're cute.
They're cool.
And by then, I had Return of the Jedi 7 inches, read along with the story. Ding, flip the record over. Shout out for anybody that still has any records or record players. I love you, and you are why I still exist in this world.
As soon as we get our Facebook on point, we're going to have a Facebook poll. Who do you prefer, Jedis or Sith? We want you to weigh in as viewers. And we care.
We're also planning on entirely taking over the broadcast industry, me and this guy. Mm-hmm. Slowly. We're going to lay down
at a time.
Real layering of the onion, okay? We're not going to blast you with everything all at once. Send you back to Tatooine in a fucking pine box or anything, okay? But we're going to keep it real. We're going to talk about what y'all want to talk with us about. And we're not fucking around. We are really serious about this, getting the point across and, throwing the line out there and seeing if any of y'all fishies want to bite.
Point of order, I wildly disagree. I am here absolutely to fuck around and find out. Typically, usually for free, and typically very fast.
Pause while I punch him in the nuts. Anyway,
go find him.
So, we talked about the button. I do want to... This is going to come into play, and when it does, it's really important. You guys got to get familiar with this button. Okay? Simple. If either one of us hit this button, whatever we're talking about, we're done. Because at the end of the day, like I said, this is my boy. This is my ride or die. And I'm not going to do anything or say anything that makes him want to physically harm me. I don't know if I could. But if I do, I want to be able to say, oops, I'm sorry. Or give him an opportunity to be like, I don't want to talk about this no more. But anybody that hits this button, boo. We don't want to hit the button, okay? We want to be able to hash it out and have adult conversations about maybe some not so adult things or whatever. And have differing opinions because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Really? Who gives a fuck?
The button is there to keep it from turning into the Jerry Springer Show.
We're not going to punch each other for your entertainment. I'm not going to call him bigoted racial slurs for your entertainment. That'll never happen. And so this is the thing. Anyway, I just wanted to show you while we're still getting our toes in the jacuzzi here and putting the feelers out.
Unless suggestions and public response and public opinion sway us to do so.
Unless you want me to punch him in the mouth.
Yes.
Then we'll talk about it. But as it is, here in our early stages of episode
This is, after all, a shameless quest for ratings. And a platform for positive self-promotion.
So, again, the title says otherwise. The title, so when we were going back and forth, right, I just said, yo, I don't care. We can call it fucking Purple Unicorns Flying Out of Our Ass Hour.
I wanted to see that one. I thought it had some good imagery there.
But we can edit that in later, I guess, AI unicorn flying out of my butt. Mm-hmm. There's an app for that. But anyway, the button, you know about it. We also have...
Is that on the Apple Store or the Google Store?
That's not available for the public quite yet. So this right here, I need to find make a stick. Oh, I see a drumstick right there. Anyway, no, an actual drumstick up against the wall. If it's grabbable, is it pinned back there? Not anymore. Oh, sorry. This right here. Bing! In our many adventures down that long, dusty road, we came across a witch. And she gave us 3 riddles, and if we figured them out, we would get the Summoner of the Information Wench bell, to which obviously we won.
We won.
Because we kick ass, and we know stuff, and so she was cool with us. And she said, wow, you guys are fucking all-knowing motherfuckers. Here's the information summoner in case you need help.
She's summoned by the bell to answer your questions submitted to us and disputes between me and Glenn.
Much like, OK Google? No, we don't do OK Google here. Unless we need to. And if we need to, if I really am just talking shit because I make shit up sometimes.
There's a lot of web searches that aren't Google that are still awesome.
So... But that is the information summoner, easy for me to say. Mitzelflick. Either one of us can hit it at any time if we need to consult.
Was that the dude on the Flintstones?
It was Superman, but...
Superman.
Right.
My bad.
And,
I'm thinking of...
And the way that Superman banished him back to the planet is to get him to say his own name backwards. And the idiot fell for it all the time. Flintstomick! Aw, dang! But it was still dope that Superman was way more cunning.
Who was the little green dude that Fred Flintstone saw?
That was Jeep? No, that was Popeye. No, what was his name? Come on, guys, help us out. Who's the little green dude on the Flintstones? The little alien dude? I don't remember.
Oh.
I know who knows.
Famous green aliens for 100, Bob.
We're going to have to consult the information summoner thing, so... I guess, so we have to hit pause. So this will be a good time for our first break, eh?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
We're going to be right back with that information. Hang tight while we hang out in a van by the river. You know what? Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thanks for tolerating a couple minutes of ads to keep our happy ship afloat. Consider,
Sponsors. If you don't like them, get some.
If you don't like them, get out of my 12-step program because they're crucial and they're an integral part of everything from here on out. Hey, consider throwing them a bone, though. Like I said, eventually maybe they're going to help pay our bills and shit, so,
If you don't like our advertisers, we're open to advertising for you.
If you don't like it, you can pay us and you can tell us what to do for 45-second intervals. I mean, okay, so the information, does anybody remember? Because we know now, we do have the summoner in it.
We're a little older and much smarter, and you should be too at this point.
And we're all about the shorties, we're about raising them up proper in the quest for knowledge and learning and knowing. So if you guys remember, go ahead and comment. No, there's one. Yep, it was... The Great Gazoo. Hello, Fred. The Great Gazoo here. And they always got into misadventures and foibles and whatnot with that alien. But the alien would always kind of end up saving the day, didn't he? I
think so.
Snap his fingers.
And he took them on the famous crossover with George Jetson.
And he was wicked arrogant. Wasn't he pretty cocky with
He was pretty smart.
And he didn't always like Fred.
He knew a lot of stuff.
He didn't like Fred either sometimes. You're a dude, he called him something, like a parsnip head or something, potato head or something. He called him something, I remember.
Everybody should have at least one smart alien, either from Mars or otherwise.
But honestly,
a great green wise man in their corner.
Shout out to Alice the Goon. Come on, Alice the Goon.
Who is Alice the Goon?
Oh, hell.
You got to educate me on this.
I don't think I want to stop again. Maybe in the next ad break, we'll consult the information wench if you really need to know, because I don't remember. Because what was your question?
Shout out to Alice the Goon. Who is
Alice the Goon? When Popeye went to the island of goons, like Alice's people, which were goons, which you'll see when we look it up.
Different than the Goonies.
Right.
Big
Goons are not people, they're goons.
Oh.
So Alice the Goon was one of the goons. And so she ended up befriending Popeye in Olive Oyl.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she was crushing on Popeye.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, Bluto came around and the goons all fucked Bluto's day up.
Oh, dang.
Because they were cool with Popeye and Popeye was like having a go at it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so the goons like saved the day and Alice snuck back on Popeye's ship to where Popeye lives. And then, you know, Popeye was like, well, blow me down. What the fuck? There's a goon standing up on my dock of my ship, and what the hell? And she came and continued to save the day, if I'm not mistaken. And that's who Alice the Goon was. Thank you for knowing shit, you dumb... Okay. I am the king of useless knowledge. Anything that would actually benefit me to, like, further my goals and accomplish my things, like, no.
If it happened, it's not useless.
I'm clueless.
It might just
to
not know
anything
what to use it for.
relevant to actual adult life in today's culture and society. I don't know and I don't care. I'm fine the way I am. And if you got a problem with the way I am, stay out of my bubble. However, if we cool, then you're fucking cool, and that's cool. So just because I knew what Alice the Goon was and you didn't, just because you had to summon the information wench and I didn't, don't hate on me. Don't. Because the lane you stay in is over here, and I'm in the lane over here. This is fast, slow. It's okay you're in the slow lane. I don't care. Your car is a little older, you know, needs some maintenance. Maybe you just can't keep up with the V12s and the big daddies, you know? Maybe you can't keep up with the likes of us.
Or slow lane. I think we're in the carpool lane.
I don't think so. I ain't carpooling.
We're in the high occupancy vehicle lane.
No. It's got to be
might be
more
high
than two.
occupants.
It's got to be more than two. Just two can't do it.
Oh.
It's got to be two or more.
Oh, well, yeah, we're two.
Two or more.
2 or more, yeah.
Well, 2.5.
Yeah.
Almost 3.
Yeah.
Do man titties count?
Me, him, and you make 3. Here we are.
Because, I mean, our jugs should have a seat of their own.
Man titties.
I mean...
With a message for you.
At this stage of my life, I'm years old now, and I quit caring about the appearance of my pectoral muscles, like when I stopped lifting weights a long time ago. So, like, I've had years to work on these Ric Flair like pecs. Like, I think I have good, nice developed man titties. And I'm sad that maybe a little bit that they don't spit milk, because I'd spray it down like a guar show if they did.
Seattle, who gives a fuck merch? Get it in the merch store. Sexy calendar to follow.
Our milking brassiere, our swaddling cloth. Don't forget to grab our bandanas, face masks, and Art the Clown gear. Mm-hmm. Just kidding. So write in, vote for the year. Oh, look at that. He's under the...
If you want to buy it, we want to sell it to you.
I didn't get him. Fucker went. Pew. Sorry. My 6. Yeah. Any ideas for merch? You want to see our stupid ugly mugs on a coffee? Our stupid ugly faces on a coffee mug? Or you know, if you find us physically handsome, which you should.
Mother's Day is coming up, and I think our mothers would appreciate that as a gift.
Every Mother's Day, every first is the Mother's Day. Every first. I try to celebrate, try to get a hold of my mom on Mother's Day every year, every time it comes up on the first day every month. Yeah, because, I don't know, moms are kind of a wobbly subject for me right now, because I have to come to terms with the finality of mortality, and I have to come to terms with really never wanting something to happen that's just I just don't have any control over.
Having a mom-
It's a topic that
It's like having a fortune. And when you lose your mom, you'll never be as rich as you were when you had her.
his fucking Hallmark card over here. So I
Hallmark.
will say this about my mom.
Hallmark smart.
She tried for as long as she could to raise me the best way she knew how. And after tolerating my behavior, which was absolutely, at a young age, maniacal, like a little fucking demon, and just like running amok, like not listening to any sort of authority figure who, no matter where it came from, I don't know where all that disdain and hatred and anger for authority came from. I don't care. But I do agree that anger is a gift, and if you can control it, you can use it and focus it like a fucking laser beam. And as long as you're doing the right thing, fucking
Disagree. It might have come with a bow, but
didn't
I can't
ask you
return
if
it.
you agree or disagree, bro. I guess I was just stating that I don't know where I get it from.
As the
Well, how can you
assistant,
disagree
as
with
the
that?
assistant to the host,
Hold on.
it's my job to disagree with things.
Not when I'm talking about something I realize about myself. You ain't got no fucking say-so about my self-realizations. Because they're
If
real.
anger is a gift and it comes with a bow,
Yeah.
which is very nice,
Yeah, what are you,
but I
Buddha?
can't return it.
What are you, goddamn Dalai Lama? Because this house...
If
I'm
they're
just saying,
nominating me, I'll consider.
all I'm saying is this house is not a house of pacifism. This is a very aggressive house. And I'm okay with it because there is such a thing as righteous anger. What, did you tell Jesus not to flip the table when he got pissed at the tax guys? No.
He only did it
no.
once. It was like when
He
God
only did
flooded
it
the
once,
world.
but-
I think maybe he might have learned a lesson against like doing it. I don't know.
He never
Otherwise,
once
he
said
might
he-
still be doing it.
He never once said he regretted it. He never
No.
once said it was wrong of him to do. In fact, he said it was the right thing to do. Yes or
Then
no?
we should do it more often, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. People are put on this earth to play a role, and I don't even know, and I'm 50 years old now, and I thought I knew what my role was, and now I'm not so sure. But I do feel like there are roles on this planet for people who are not afraid to step up to the oppressor and to wage against the tyrants and to stand up for what's right.
I strongly support Rage Against the Machine.
I also don't know if I'm arrogant in saying that maybe there's an off chance I was one of them that were supposed to. I don't know. I always felt like it. You know what I mean? Like I always felt like in my heart, I was not just like, there was not just to willy-nilly fuck shit up for no reason. Not just to go around looting and plundering and all that. But if it was focused for a righteous purpose, I could fight the tax mans, the quote-unquote, the tax collectors and the tyrants and the oppressors, because I'm not cool with it. And if I have a voice, the only thing I can do is use that voice to silence them. So I will go to more lengths than some, but not as many lengths as some others. But I know that when it came down to it and I was given the chance, I stood right there. I stood right as close as I could get and antagonized the shit out of them.
The country was founded by patriots, rebels, freedom seekers, and and concerned citizens. And I think that disagreeing with practically anything or anybody
Don't
is a
smoke, kids.
basic right, and especially it's an American freedom that we enjoy. And I think it might even fall into the area of civic duty or something good.
Okay.
And I think that there's a time to give someone anger or rage or combativeness, but that it has a limited market, limited appeal, and limited application.
Okay. So there you've stated your opinion. I've stated mine. And I don't think that...
Although the NRA
I
probably
stand by.
disagrees with me.
I stand by my fucking statement. I stand by my statement.
Guns. Without them, America would be nothing.
I'm not talking about guns. I'm talking about standing in front of the front line when there's 1,200 National Guards standing there and not being afraid and not cowering, not being afraid of getting arrested, or not being afraid of offending anybody, and doing what you know is right to stand there and defend the land that you're standing in front of against those people, specifically. And I do value your opinion when we're doing these little discussions and shit.
That's why I get a paycheck, folks.
There are certain things, bro, and I mean, please don't take it personally, but there are certain things that it doesn't matter what any other human tries to tell me. that in my soul, I know that moving forward in that manner, in that way, against the ideas, concepts, or people trying to carry out the concepts, well, I would do it all the same. In fact, I'd probably try to step it up even more. I would try to do even more.
I am grateful and thankful to report to you, our dear viewer, that they don't pay me because I'm good at what I do.
They don't pay him.
Or because they
He
couldn't
doesn't
do it
get
without
paid.
me, or
I don't
because
know
it's
why
too
he's
much trouble
saying
to
that.
replace me. They pay me because they want to show me
don't-
exactly what my effort and my opinion is worth to them.
Yeah, which is exactly dick squat since you don't get paid.
Our advertisers pay me. You pay me attention. They
Okay.
pay me with their time and interest.
Okay, so
I'm paid.
at
I need
this,
attention.
so he's doing.
Occasionally with respect.
Okay, are you done? Because if I'm interrupting you,
Shut up,
regularly-
crispy bumper stickers coming to you in the merch store. Get them
I
on the
mean,
hot.
I didn't tell him to shut up. I'm not at that point. If I want him to shut up or shut the fuck up or go to hell or whatever, but I'm not there. What I'm trying to say is, if I'm doing that to you, I don't want to do that either.
You have the floor.
I know certain things are within the parameters of someone who walks in my belief system, that it falls within the parameters of acceptable behavior to fight against the tyrants and the oppressors. Now, I didn't say nothing about guns. I didn't say, and I paid a physical price for doing so, but I also would not I wouldn't change a thing if I could redo it, unless it was to increase my attempts at causing disruptions to what they were trying to do. And I wasn't the only one, and we were the third biggest city in North Dakota the summer it happened, and love me or hate me, I didn't know what I was going to do when I showed up there, but when I got there, I found purpose in my life, and purpose for why I was there, and purpose why I was continuing to do what I did. So, as a quote-unquote water protector who went and stuck his neck out and got his neck cranked on a couple times, I wouldn't change it for anything. Minnie Wachoni, power to the people, all the people. The people had the power before they did. They came and tried to take it, and I'll do my best to not let them. I'll still do my best not to let them. But maybe I've matured a little bit. Maybe I would do some shit different. Maybe I would. I definitely would. So there's
We'd have fought harder.
I would have
Probably.
I would have fucked more of their shit up. Hopefully. Shout out to Bravo 1 Pueblo Camp. Shout out to the Oglala Camp. There was over 500 tribes represented at one point, bro. It was the biggest gathering of different tribes since the Gathering of Nations back in the I don't remember. I'm sorry, the dates aren't clear in my head. But it had been a long time, and we were on the land that Sitting Bull occupied. I've told you all that. But I haven't told them all that. It's part of who I am. I got a tattoo on my arm.
If you're not helping fight for civil rights at some point in your life, who do you expect is?
It's not just civil rights. It's ecology.
Indigenous rights.
It's ecology. It's the
Mother Nature.
The way we are shooting ourselves in the foot with carbon, with cars, and trouncing over sacred land like it wasn't nothing. Like they know that there are grandmas and grandpas buried there, and they're doing it anyway. The thing that got me to go was a Facebook Live post of private security guards with dogs, and the private security guards weren't even legally licensed to operate in North Dakota, letting dogs loose on an elderly woman. I called my friend and I said, "What in the fuck?" And I said, "I gotta go. I gotta go. However, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I have to go. I can't sit here and watch this for another second." And I went. I'm so glad I did. It put me on the path that I'm on that led me to today, and today I don't feel too goddamn bad about it. I don't feel bad about doing that at all. Even though the man was telling us to get off the property, it wasn't really theirs to tell us what to do on anyway. So, they have the guns, so they win. It was the middle of winter when they decided to stick the guns in our faces and politely tell us to get the fuck out. Not everybody did. Now, those are some tough-ass grandmas right there, dude. And maybe some of those grandmas were at Wounded Knee or like back in the 70s and they took over and took on the feds. They did it with actual ammunition and guns then, and people did get hurt. But goddamn, the strength and the courage and the bravery of those American Indian Movement members and those who were brave enough to stand up to the man, even knowing there's a chance they might even ever leave again, and did it anyway. Bro, that's big brass balls. And I don't think, I can't even compare mine to any of them that were there at Wounded Knee. They had logistics and supplies to keep themselves fed, and then they ended up choking them off, right? No food or water or anything coming in.
Whoa.
So it got really tough. But if there's one thing that natives know how to do, indigenous people know how to do, that's be resilient through the face of oppression. They've been doing it for, 1,500 years, as long as we've known them. We as the white person, even
Do
though
they have a website or whatever? I wonder what they're working on now. I'm sure they haven't just given up and gone all back to their homes and stuff. I wonder what currently they're working on.
the same rights and the treaties that were broken, by the United States government, the treaties that the government themselves wrote. You would think that if they're writing the terms of surrender, you know what I mean? The Fort Laramie Treaty, for example, Sitting Bull was willing to sign the Fort Laramie Treaty, except for they wanted the Black Hills given back to the natives. It's very sacred land. It's a spiritual vortex, for lack of a better term, and it was definitely something that they were never given. He didn't sign it. He said, no, I won't sign this until you give us the hills.
I get confused when they start saying this land is sacred and this other land is not sacred and stuff.
All land is sacred.
I mean,
all land
maybe
is
God
sacred.
has some land that's more sacred than other land. I don't know if there's a chart.
All
there
land
might
is
be.
Sacred. I'm trying to say that all land is sacred, but there are things that occur through time at certain places that make them very important. Certain members of the tribe are buried in certain places. That makes that, don't run it over with the goddamn backhoe land. Federally recognized land that is not to be disturbed or messed with. That, we don't care about that treaty even though we wrote it and they signed it and agreed to our terms. We're just going to switch it up and do whatever we want. Hell no. Honor the word that you put out to keep that you never kept. Keep your word, Uncle Sam. I mean, we don't have much integrity left until we start doing that. And we won't. We thought we were putting them on the worst land. It's the most mineral-rich land if you look. If you really look at it, the government did that, put them on the residents, just to come back and take them out later so they could have all the land because they're greedy. Manifest destiny or whatever you want to call it. Look into Manifest Destiny and tell me if you agree with it. So that's my 20-minute soapbox. Shocker Nation. I don't get bonus points for being woke or none of that fuck shit.
How do you know? You might.
I don't. I'm
Wouldn't
not
turn them down if they offer
I'm
them.
not asking for them.
Well,
I'm not asking for them.
I don't know what you can cash them in for if you get them.
Well, when you get them, neither do I, but I wouldn't do it differently. I would, if given the opportunity, I would go stick it to him again, any chance I got. Chaz proved that to me. That was a good goddamn time to me. But you know what the first thing I did when I got to Chaz? Who do I talk to about helping out? Street medic, 10 years of experience. What can I do to help? I'm here to help. Let me be an asset, not a liability. I might fail utterly, but I still, as long as I'm an asset, let me be an asset to y'all. What can I do? What can I do? Who can I help? I was there for a little over a week, about 10 days. And it was fucking glorious. And I commend the people. Shout out to anybody who was involved with that. Nothing but respect and admiration for the courage it took to go ahead and tell the police that you were taking over the building, and the fact that they allowed you I don't know. That's great. I love it. Um, Not condoning any more violence to that end. Okay, it's not what I'm doing. You know, I'm a little bit older and a little bit wiser, but
Protest power.
a lot can be said for the voice of dissent. It's the one true gift of the Constitution we have left. Am I right? I feel maybe not the only one, but one of the more important ones, right? In my opinion. I don't agree or disagree. Don't care.
Good tangent. I like it. I support it. It was Glenn's testament to Standing Rock and his time spent there and things he learned and whatnot. If you guys haven't had time to get into that level of protest or civil discourse or fighting against illegal government actions or supporting radical eco liberation and protecting vital water sources and
nothing radical about it, really, in my opinion.
The Flint water crisis was and still is like a big thing.
Standing in front of a bulldozer, moving to go trounce over a sacred ground, standing physically in front of it to make it stop. There's not anything, whatever the word you use. Sorry, in my opinion, heroic or anything. I was doing what every person with a soul should have done, and a lot of them did. Some people couldn't go and wanted to go, and so I feel like very fortunate that I was able to go. I really didn't have a whole lot else going on at home anyway, so I was able to. Not everybody that wanted to go could, but I know that there was a man who walked from San Jose, New Mexico, all the way up there, turned down rides to walk the whole way.
Did you hear about the monks walking for peace to Washington, D.C. or whatever? From somewhere in Texas, I think.
Yeah. And I commend that. And I respect that. Anybody willing to put their physical self at risk or damage their physical self to prove a point to people who might not be aware of it, or, to show, maybe even to show the strength and the courage of whoever they believe in, I didn't see a lot of fundamentalist Christians making that walk. Nothing wrong with it. If that's, get them where you fit in. If that's who you are, wave that flag. Be the most of that you can possibly be. Don't fake it. Be real with it. And I don't really mind what you believe in. It's not what I'm here to talk about, really. But I know that if we all got on the same page, or even some of us or some more of us got on the same page, perhaps we could affect the change. But we all got to start, the amount of standing up to them is immense, and I don't know if we got it in us.
We all in America should be on the same page. That page was called the Constitution, and we should stay on it. It's good.
Well, cool. And I would agree insofar as to say, if we did do that, I think that our ability to voice our dissent would be a lot more effective. Maybe not louder, but more effective. Maybe we could tone it down a notch. Maybe we wouldn't have to go through those drastic measures to get them to listen. People don't storm the Capitol building if things are going well. That's a whole other topic that I don't really want to talk about, really. But I'm just saying, people don't do that.
They used to party on the White House lawn.
They can, but they don't.
It would be nice if we went back to
why?
Went back to it.
Because you get fucking squashed out like a fucking little turd.
They used to offer you drinks when you did it. It was pretty cool.
But they don't anymore.
Yeah. I think it was it Washington or Jefferson or whatever was one of the last to have like a party on the White House lawn where the entire public was invited, and it was a voting party too and stuff. There were free drinks and drinks for purchase. I think everyone got one. Everyone got one.
OG oligarchy.
They invited you to come out, have a drink with them, and vote for your favorite candidate. And make your voice be known.
I believe it was Marx talks about late-stage capitalism and how poorly it ends up. And I don't want to.
I don't know if this is a capitalist country. I think it's a consumerist country.
I think it's not any one true form of anything, really. I don't know. A lot of us aren't capitalists. A lot of us aren't. Some of us most definitely motherfucking are. And the results of that elitist cream rise to the top shit it came out with, or is coming out with the whole Epstein situation and how the elitists thought that they could run and do shit like that because they could just silence people or, you know, whatever. I
Don't
don't
you
know.
think fundamentally that even capitalists are better than imperialists or empirists?
Now, for us, yes. Maybe not for them, but for us.
Unless that emperorist is Darth Vader.
He wasn't the emperor. He was a lord. He was
He was
a
an
Sith
emperorist.
lord.
He was for the emperor.
He was an imperialist for the empire.
I don't know if he was an imperialist.
He was for the empire.
Oh, yeah,
An
okay.
empirist then.
That's good.
That's good. Ugh. Anyway, whatever the fuck he was loyal to the Palpatine, and turned into he got his way. He wanted to rise to the top, right? And I think Emperor is the highest you can go there. I don't know who he's accountable to.
I don't think he got his way. He wanted to rule the galaxy with his son. He didn't get it.
Yeah, he did for a while. Yeah, they almost wiped the Jedi out completely. What do you mean? It took the Clone Wars to fucking finally like thin the herd. The Jedi's had the upper hand because the good side of the Force will always win out in the end. Although it can be debated. It can be debated that, you know, it's an eternal struggle that never ends and it goes back and forth. I think that's probably closer to it, right? Like it's an eternal struggle. No one, they might get the upper hand, but then, you know, all these bugs are coming. So, but at any rate,
Those are our loyal listeners.
the rebels had the strength and the courage. And look what happened when you move forward and knowing that you're right. You know, you can summon strength when you have none, and you can make things happen. Like when Luke grabbed the lightsaber. Remember?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that midichlorians within the human body are real. I know that all life forms and non-life forms have an essence.
Are you sure you don't mean mitochondria?
Sure, they call it midichlorians in the Star Wars movies. It's
In human cell, I think it's a mitochondria.
Okay. Yep, that's what I meant. And not that, I mean, as far as I know, humans can't physically, like through thought and will, change mitochondria. But to tap into the essence of other things, like when you're really in the zone, the Lakota call it Wakan, like so fucking spiritual, you almost float off the ground, and you can just walk knowing, I've done it, dude, I felt it. And I didn't give a fuck what they were going to shoot at me, or you know, how bad they tackle me to the ground or whatever. I'm not moving. I'm not moving. I'm a rock. I weigh 3,000 pounds. Let them try. Let them try to grab me. They're not going to be able to.
You've slimmed down nicely. You've done good.
I'm not. I don't know why you guys keep saying that. I don't know why you guys keep saying that. I haven't lost weight. I haven't lost weight at all. Why you guys keep saying that? I don't understand. No, I haven't. I wear shirts that fit. I started wearing a large instead of a double extra large. That's why. Really? I mean, I'm not, you know, I don't know. What do you think, Tig? Is he just brown nosing because he knows he fucked up earlier or what? Yep. Yo,
Thanks for sticking with us. This is the show, Seattle. Who gives a fuck? We give a fuck,
holler.
and you probably should too.
Call us.
Call us.
We might call you back if you leave your number.
206-606-9121. Call us, you know, speak your mind. Rants, raves, opinions accepted. Suggestions, you know, on everything from fashion to policy to politics to, you know,
hockey
to
or
suggestions
sports.
for topics to
Sports.
talk about.
Let's talk about sports, huh?
Sports. Very sporting of us to talk about sports. Are you a sports fan? If not, why?
Maybe. I'm going to answer that question with a maybe.
Olympics are coming to Seattle. Who gives a fuck?
No, World Cup is coming to Seattle.
Oh, soccer. World Cup.
And we all gonna give a fuck at that point.
Goal!
We're all gonna give a fuck because allegedly $220 million pumped back into our economies.
Well, are you seeing any of it? I'm not seeing it. I mean, they could say
listen,
$1 million all day.
They said 220 million into our economies, quote unquote. I don't fucking write them. I didn't say it. They did. So I don't know. Do I believe it? Yeah, probably. It might even be more.
I just
The
said it might
people
be
with
more
the
their
money
economy
are
than
going
mine.
to dawn upon our city, land in our city, find our fair city, and what a fair city it is, huh?
Very, very fair. Mostly fair.
Love
Pretty
Seattle. Yay, Seattle.
Fair. Fairish.
I mean, Seattle.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, how fair is our city? Should it not fall?
It's about as fair as playing Monopoly with one dice and 2 decks of go to jail cards. I don't know. I think it's stacked. I think it's rigged, just like any other goddamn city in this country. And I think it's rigged against our favor. I think it's in favors the House heavily, and it's set up to make sure that the House continues to win. The edge is very small for us, and the windows of opportunity for us to be winners with those kind of odds are very small. But every once in a while, sunlight hits a dog's ass, and somebody does.
Don't burn down the house, but I do want room in it.
I do want to burn down the house that they live in. And
I don't want to live in that house.
I don't either. My Facebook profile for picture was for the longest time when I went to the climate march in Washington D.C. because I was able to do that. What an honor! I was picked to go for free because I deserved to go. Yeah, so I went and I got to stand at the White House and scream my fucking head off. And somebody took a picture from behind.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just me unloading, like literally dumping. I fucking can't stand this shit. Why can't you guys just fucking listen to us? Because you know what you're doing is fucked up. And just let loose. Let it all out. I dumped right on the White House lawn, right? As close as I could get, sticking my arms through the fence.
I'd like to see an image of you rage dumping all over the White House lawn.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that account got hacked and fucking wackadoodled, but I would love to look for it. fearlessandthorough@yahoo.com. I think I might remember one of 4 passwords I used at the time.
You can email the show, dear viewer, if you want, at seattle.whogivesitafuk, F-U-K, @gmail.com. We do check our email.
He checks the email. I mean, when he says we, he means he. He also does the laundry and all of the sewing.
We also make the intern do it when we get an intern, besides Tigger.
Until then, it's him. Tigger ain't cut of that intern cloth. He already told him to go to hell with that shit. I can't argue with him. He's a tiger.
He just demanded too high of a salary.
You know,
it was outside the budget category.
Salary? He doesn't even get salary. Hey-o.
Hey-o.
Sorry, dude.
Maybe Tony the Tiger will, be open to
his
a job
brother's
offer.
uncle's father said that they're not related by blood; they're related by species. I don't know. I think his brother's dad's uncle, Tony, is drunk as shit most of the time, and I don't think he remembers even half of the shit he says. Yeah, how drunk was he when he recorded that? They're great! I think
they were pretty great.
He was fucking sauced, bro. He was hitting that shit heavy. He was on that Louisiana water, that shine.
I think that the old cartoon mascots and promoters should have moved into a drawn together house.
Dude, Droopy Dog.
Yeah.
That dude was low. Oh, no, man, you gotta think. What is that voice? That lethargic, the droopy voice was so like. He was the most on volume cartoon character.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was no other that was just like that hammered.
I think he just had a sleep disorder.
Like he could not pass a piss test of any sort.
I think he just had insomnia.
What do you guys think? Was Droopy on something? Because I need input on this. Is the type of thing I need to consult. Because I don't think she'll know. I think the information hag will just tell us you're on your own, Chief.
Some things are truth, some things are facts, some things are just speculation or opinion. What's
Right,
up with those?
and we're here to weed out the speculation and the opinion and state facts. All right, yep, it's that time. Thank you. This is our first run. We're going to put it up on our YouTube channel, and there's no way you watched all 40 minutes. If you watched all 40 minutes,
Give us a shout out. Let us
we
know.
might make you a mod. If you got some free time, want to give fuckers the boot that are being assholes and all that fun stuff, we'll probably figure out a way to make certain things available just to the mods. That's a later on thing, but if you're interested, maybe holla at your boy.
We're here to entertain, inform, annoy, and occasionally make you think. And
Whoa! Hey.
whether you like it or not, we're not going anywhere. So stick around if you'd like, and help us improve the show, and we'll help you improve your day to day.
I don't know what he's talking about.
It's an ideal. It's a thought. It's,
Next time I feel like talking shit, I'll get on the horn and say, "What's up, everybody?" But until then, who gives a fuck, huh?
Maybe we'll find out next time. Thanks for tuning in.
I don't know. Bro.
Congrats on the first show.
We
Thanks
did
for
it.
tuning in.
Holy fucking shit balls.
Made possible by you, the viewers,
Oh my god.
and by Glenn for having stuff to go on about. For opinions that you vitally need and should hear.
Thank you.
Stuff they don't teach you in school, but thankfully we're here for you.
I really went off on some shit about the occupation and stuff. Thank you for hearing me out about that. That was a pride dump. Thank you for letting me do it. Thank you for hitting us up on Facebook and joining our eventual Facebook group. If it's not up yet, it'll be up in the next day or two. Because this guy and I are soldiers. We're machines. And we'll get that done ASAP. Until then, the YouTube channel's up and spry. We're wiry. We're ducking and moving. We're making moves. Content will be bountiful and plentiful. Just bear with us as we're doing it ourselves. We have no budget for now.
Next episode teaser. Next episode movies, Muppets, missions, and
Missionaries?
possibly missionaries. I don't know.
Who knows? We talk about whatever, really. We have a broad idea. We have a list of ideas. But really, we kind of go and let it rip. And it's therapeutic. It's beneficial for me. And this is my best friend on the fucking planet, alive, currently breathing air. So who better to do it with, right?
And as always, you the viewer, if you have something you want us to cover or talk about and stuff, message us on Facebook, call the hotline, or hit us up in the comments.
Hey, what's that phone number? Do you remember?
206-606-9121. Hit us up. Leave a message.
Because, without you, there's really no point to this.
Your message may make the air. We might play it in our next show.
Perhaps we'll come and sing at your prom.
Could be.
That'd be hot. I'd get a date for sure, dude. I know who I'd ask, too. But I'm not settling for no second-rate hussies anymore, bro.
I'm not sure if America makes any second-rate hussies.
Plenty. Trust.
Wildly disagree.
You want to go outside? I can introduce you to a couple. What time is it? 2:48 a.m.? Oh, yeah. I could learn you some real quick if you're interested. I wouldn't be. I would recoil as if from a hot flame and shit. I would run. And when I say run, don't let them in your house. Don't let them in your car. Don't even walk on the same side. You see these hussies on the street, you kind of book it to the other side of the street. You don't even let them say hi or can I have or anything. Just keep it moving. Act like you're deaf, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, you guys are the raddest group of individuals ever to grace my life. Thank you for checking us out. And hopefully you're willing to come and check us out next time. Until then, I think I'm good. I have purged. I feel like the last bit of vomit has left my throat and splattered all over the backsplash there. What about you?
Premium entertainment content brought to you for $0. It's worth every penny. Keep tuning in. Yep. You paying us attention increases our bank account
Birth living
multifold.
kindred of Asatru. Hilsa, hail the gods, hail the goddesses. See ya!
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Wait, we're gonna.
Credits to Nickelodeon.
Is not Nickelodeon. It could be if we go Nickelodeon. That was our old song from like 20s, 30s.
I'm just saying, I think it's
the
trademark
riff.
content. When you trademark, you got to like cite source or give credit.